Hello kids! How are you today? Are you ready for a new lesson? We are going to talk about the degrees of adjectives. Do you have any idea about it? Without much ado, we will start now with a smile. For English 3 Quarter 4 Week 1, our lesson is about degrees of adjectives. Our most essential learning competency: use the degrees of adjectives in making comparisons, positive, comparative, and superlative. In this lesson, you are expected to use degrees of adjectives in making comparisons. What do you mean by adjectives? Adjectives are words that describe persons, places, things, animals, and events. They tell something about a noun. Adjectives have 3 degrees of comparisons. These are the positive, comparative, and superlative degrees. The positive degree signifies quality. It talks about only one thing and it is not being compared with another. The comparative degree signifies quality in greater or less degree. 2 things are being compared. The superlative degree signifies quality in the greatest or least degree. 3 or more items are being compared. And now, listen and study the conversation.
Jenny, look at this plant. It is big.
Yes, Billy. It is big. Now, look at this plant. It is bigger than your plant.
Oh, I agree with you. Take a look at the plant in the rectangular part.
That plant is the biggest among the 3.
Who are talking in the conversation? You're right, Billy and Jenny. What are being compared in the conversation? Absolutely right. They compared the 3 plants. Which plant is big? It is Billy's. What did Jenny say about the plant in the rectangular pot? You're right, it is the biggest among the 3. The adjectives that we used in our conversations are big, bigger, and biggest. The word big on the first box is the positive degree, while the word bigger on the second box is the comparative degree. And the word biggest on the third box is the superlative degree. We will talk more about the degrees of adjectives as we go along with our lesson. So watch this video until the end. Let us answer first task 1. Write the comparative and superlative degree of adjective on the next slide. We have number 1. We have here 3 pictures of balls. The first ball is big. The second ball is bigger than the first ball. And the third ball is the biggest among the 3. Number 2, we have apple, apple pie, and apple jam. The apple is sweet. The apple pie is sweeter than the apple. And the apple jam is the sweetest among the 3. Number 3, we have 3 pictures of different tires. The first tire is thick. The second tire is thicker than the first tire. And the third tire is the thickest among the 3. Here are some rules informing the comparison of adjectives. Comparative and superlative degree have different rules to follow. The first one is one-syllable adjective. In comparative degree, add er to the positive degree. Examples: weak becomes weaker, near becomes nearer. While in superlative degree, add est to the positive degree. Examples: weak becomes weakest, near becomes nearest. Another one is adjectives ending in y. In comparative degree, change y to I and add er to the positive degree. Examples: dirty becomes dirtier, pretty becomes prettier. And for the superlative degree, change y to I and add est to the positive degree. Examples: dirty becomes dirtiest, pretty becomes prettiest. Next rule: adjectives ending in e. In comparative degree, drop e and add er to the positive degree. Examples: safe becomes safer, large becomes larger. In superlative degree, drop e and add est to the positive degree. Examples: safe becomes safest, large becomes largest. Next rule is multi-syllable adjectives or more adjectives ending in full or less. In comparative degree, add more or less to the positive degree. Examples: afraid becomes more or less afraid, silent becomes more or less silent, talented becomes more or less talented. In superlative degree, add most or least to the positive degree. Example: afraid becomes most or least afraid, silent becomes most or least silent, talented becomes most or least talented. There are also some adjectives that are irregularly compared. Examples: good for the positive degree, better for comparative degree, best for superlative degree. If the positive degree is bad, the comparative degree is worse, and the superlative degree is worst. Same with the word ill. In comparative degree, it is worse also, and in superlative degree, it is also worst. The word many, in comparative degree, it is more, and in superlative degree, it is most. Same with the word much. The comparative degree is more, and the superlative degree is also most. The word little in positive degree is less in comparative degree, and least in superlative degree. While the word less in positive degree, it is lesser in comparative degree and least in superlative degree. Here are things to remember. Some one-syllable adjectives with a single vowel before the consonant form their comparative and superlative degree by doubling the last letter before adding er for the comparative and est for the superlative degree. Examples: mad, madder, maddest, big, bigger, biggest, sad, sadder, saddest, fat, fatter, fattest. Take a look at the last letter of mad, big, sad, and fat. The last letter of each word is being doubled before adding er in the comparative degree and est in the superlative degree. The word than is often used with comparative adjectives. Examples: my jacket is thicker than your jacket. The word the before an adjective signifies superlative degree. Example: she is the cutest among the three. For our task 2, choose the correct form of adjective for each sentence. Number 1. This milkshake is sweet, sweeter, sweetest. What should be the correct adjective? Great job! It is sweet. Number 2. Tarsier remains the smallest primate in the Philippines. The correct answer is smallest. Very good. Number 3. My uncle is the richest man in our town. What is the correct answer? Good job. Richest. Number 4. Today's weather is cloudy, cloudier, cloudiest than yesterday. The correct adjective is, you're right, cloudier. And for number 5, the sound of the chirping birds is pleasant, more pleasant, most pleasant than the sound of crickets. The correct answer is more pleasant. Very good. Let's move on to task number 3. Complete the story by supplying each blank with the correct form of the given adjectives. One sunny day, Galva's family went on a picnic near the river. Sammy, the blank among the 3 children of Mr. and Mrs. Galvez, saw a flock of ducks along the river. Ate Liza, look at the yellow duck. It is fat, Sammy said. Yes, Sammy. Take a look at the black duck. It is blank than the yellow duck, Liza said with excitement. As soon as the table is ready, they began eating their lunch that Mrs. Galvez prepared. Mother, this is the blank adobo I have ever tasted, Harold exclaimed. The children swam in the river. The water from this river is blank than the water from our faucet, Liza said to her brothers. They enjoyed swimming and playing the whole day. For the children, it was the blank day ever. Answer the following based on the word in the parentheses. The correct answers are youngest for the first blank. The second one is fatter. The next blank is most delicious. Then colder. And the last blank is best. If you got it all correct, then you have 5 stars. For task 4, write sentences in the comparative and superlative degrees of the underlined adjectives. In this task, I will give you the comparative and superlative degrees of the following words underlined, but you will be the one to create your own sentences based on the words I will give to you. I know you can do it, kids. Let's go. Number 1. The lollipop that I bought is sweet. The underlined word is sweet, so that is positive. The comparative degree is sweeter. And the superlative degree is sweetest. Number 2. The pillow is light. The underlined word is light, so this is the positive degree. The comparative degree of light is lighter. And the superlative degree of light is lightest. Number 3. My cousin is friendly. The underlined word is friendly, so this is the positive degree. The comparative degree of friendly is more friendly. And the superlative degree of friendly is most friendly. For number 4, that car is expensive. The underlined word is expensive, so that is the positive degree. So the comparative degree of expensive is more expensive, and the superlative degree is most expensive. For number 5, our house is simple. So the underlined word is simple. This is the positive degree. The comparative degree is simpler, and the superlative degree is simplest. Just to remind you kids, the words given are not the answers. You will use these words to create your own sentences. I know that your ideas are greater than mine. So let's go. And for our task 5, complete the paragraph by selecting the appropriate answers from the given choices on the next slide. Write your answers in your notebook. Adjectives are words that blank persons, places, things, animals, and events. In comparing adjectives, there are 3 blank of comparison. The blank degree states the quality of a noun and pertains only to one thing. Blank degree compares 2 nouns. It often uses the word than to compare 2 things. The blank degree compares 3 or more objects. It states the greatest or the least quality of noun. Please like this video, subscribe, and get notified.